forces operating deep within enemy territory to confirm the threat.
That was an extremely risky intel gathering mission. If there was a mistake made, that could have been war.
Assassination used that on an overcast night in midsummer, the selected commandos prepare to set out on their mission. They head deep behind enemy lines to confirm the existence of the Syrian nuclear weapons program.
The Israelis have been very secretive about how they got there, but certainly they are very adept at using low-flying, almost silent helicopters.
It is understood they boarded two Sikorsky CH-53C Stallion helicopters to travel at low altitude and cross the border into Syria. On such missions, the pilots have to negotiate using night vision goggles. As an extra precaution, some of the commandos are disguised as Syrian soldiers. The commandos are dropped a safe distance from the facility.
Israelis were able to get on the ground within about a mile of this mystery building in northeastern Syria.
As the commandos set off, they know that no matter what, the Syrians must not be alerted to their presence. Once the helicopters are gone, if the Syrians discover them, there is no chance of being rescued.
But that was an extremely risky intel gathering mission. If there was a mistake made and they were compromised, that could have been war.
The Sayeret Matkal commandos come within meters of the Al-Kabar facility and immediately start intelligence gathering.
The unit did the intel collection on the ground, right at the site. That was extremely dangerous.
Israeli commandos dressed as Syrian soldiers went and took pictures of the facility.
Of course, they took photographs, but also took soil samples.
Collecting soil and water samples from around the facility is the most important element of the mission. It is the only way Israel can find out for sure if the reactor is operational.
If the reactor is active, then a very small portion, not lethal, but very, very small portion of radioactive substance would be found in the water.
Once the intel collection is complete, the commandos hide their tracks and prepare to depart. But then,
they were almost caught. They left the scene in the very last minute.
the two snipers line him up in their crosshairs. They get ready to take the shot. But then, their target is obscured. They move to a new position. The two snipers relocate and aim their rifles. They have earpieces in, which can hear an electronic countdown. This will ensure they fire simultaneously. Tasked with the operation is Israel's elite special forces unit, sighted approaching a high security area. Secret facility at risk, army units race to intercept the terrorists before they can reach their target. Israeli security forces surround the bus and try to negotiate with the terrorists. But the gunmen are not interested in negotiating. Then they turn their weapons on the hostages. Now, the security forces have to go in.
You know, from here, if you're not gonna respond, more people gonna die.
First, they get into position. Then they strike. In a matter of seconds, Israeli soldiers take over the bus, killing all 3 of the terrorists. But quick as they are not fast enough.
3 of the workers at the Dimona plant were killed.
2 of the victims are young mothers. It becomes known as the mother's bus attack. Even in a nation used to terrorism,
Very serious guy, very smart guy, very sharp guy, very decorated guy.
Rabin orders Barak to draw up a plan for the Sayeret Matkal to assassinate Abu Jihad. It will be known as Operation Show of Force.
And so Sayeret Matkal was starting to plan how to take out Abu Jihad.
The plan Barak develops is to send in a small team of commandos to assault the villa under cover of darkness. But it will only work if it is carefully choreographed.
The preparation and planning is the most important thing in a mission for the Special Forces soldier or the Special Forces unit.
They construct their plan using the detailed Mossad intelligence.
And they built a small model, which is an exact copying of the house.
Barak marks out the guard posts and points of entry.
They get all their intelligence together, and then they have to figure out the best route in to that target.
Different strategies for the assault are debated in order to minimize the risk of failure.
The soldiers are smart and they have a lot of experience, and if they have a good idea, then the idea is taken and the plan is changed.
Once this is agreed, the commandos mark out the exact footprint of the villa and practice the assault again and again.
That was something that Israeli intelligence and the Sayeret Matkal commandos frequently did. They never wanted to leave anything to chance.
Like every other secret or special operation, you should train. Train for the exact steps, for the exact performance of yourself and others and so on. But
the next stage is to practice the mission in real conditions.
Sayeret Matkal asked few people to donate a house in Israel not far away from the beach for rehearsals. Houses quite similar to that of Abu Jihad.
And again practice the assault in Israel before embarking on the mission.
He chooses Nahum Lev, the deputy chief of the Sayeret Matkal.
Nahum Lev, his deputy, one of the most brave and legendary figures and different figures in the history of Sayeret Matkal to lead the operation.
Have now embark on the 1,500-mile journey to Tunisian waters. The quarter-century chase for Abu Jihad commanders row the last few hundred meters to shore.
The Israelis landed in the dead of night. They were picked up by the Mossad people. Nobody was there when it came to Tunisian security.
Immediately, the commandos change into their tourist disguises.
They're all changing very quickly. They change their clothes to civilian clothes. Some of them are dressed as women. The whole group Mossad, Flotilla 13, and Sayeret Matkal are waiting at the beach for the final go-ahead.
As they wait for a green light, he orders the Mossad agents at the beach to take the Sayeret Matkal to their position near the villa. He cannot order the commandos to launch their assault.
Even after forces left the beach and went on to the house, we still did not have the right assurance to go in.
They were waiting there for the final approval of the commanders of the operation that Abu Jihad is indeed at home.
These are the actual words from secret radio communications between the units as they wait for the order to proceed.
Bogart, this is Richard. I want to tell you it is possible that there are some people who are not sleeping in the office. Okay, Richard, I understand.
They use code names and speak in English instead of Hebrew, in case anyone is listening.
Israeli commandos were sitting with their Uzi submachine guns and pistols between their legs, just waiting for the signal to proceed.
Without absolute certainty that the target is at home, Barak cannot give the order to strike.
They assured the Minister of Defense that they will know for sure that Abu Jihad is in the house before launching the assault.
The operation and another commando dressed as a woman begin the final approach to the villa. Disguised as a romantic couple, they walk through the busy streets. Move.
The 8 commandos swiftly assaulted the house.
They went to the backyard and came to the door. It made some noise, and Abu Jihad heard it in the upper floor.
Lev and his accomplice concentrate on the stairs that will lead to Abu Jihad. The other team go to take out the remaining bodyguards. With the bodyguards dealt with, Lev and his partner close in on the main target.
One of the assassins of Sayeret Matkal was going up the stairs, a young officer of Sayeret Matkal who was chosen by Nachum Lev to be the first one to come in.
The commando hears someone at the top of the stairs. Is it Abu Jihad or an innocent member of his family? The commando knows that he will have to identify the target in an instant. The commando reacts instinctively.
And then other people from the unit came and shot Abu Jihad as well.
70 bullets hit Abu Jihad, and his right hand, which had held the pistol, was nearly severed.
But as they are firing, Abu Jihad's wife suddenly appears.
Scream, halas, halas, stop it, stop it. Don't you see that he's already dead?
But even with everyone's nerves on edge, discipline holds.
Even when the unexpected happened, the wife did not get hurt. We will avoid shooting even on the expense of getting hurt.
Instead, Lev orders her to face the wall. And with Abu Jihad confirmed dead, the commandos depart.
Once it was finished, they rushed